Momir Basic in 2022. What has changed? I have no idea, but I do remember how to play this game. So you start with 7 lands, and you discard a card and pay X to get a random creature card from Magic's history into play. And you never have to mulligan. And it might have changed, but red and black are the best colors. My opponent is making a 1-drop on turn 1. That's bold. Usually you can get trash, but this one is good. 1/1, and if it ever connects, which it will unless I make a 1-drop, means that it can tap to add any color. So normally I don't do 1-drops, but just because my opponent got that, I think that changes my play. I usually wait until turn 2, but I want a blocker for that. And I get hopefully Nietzsche, pretty good one. Unfortunately, it's the shadowed one, so it's hard to read. It's a 1/2 for 1 that training, so if I attack with anything that greater power, it gets a +1/+1 counter, so that's going to happen a lot in the late game. And you can remove 2 counters, pay white to destroy an artifact or enchantment. There are some artifact and enchantment creatures in this set. Also, some creatures make artifacts or enchantments. So, gonna be playing a Plains pretty soon. Now, about this card, training is going to trigger later, but then this is probably gonna get eaten. So, probably not gonna be too insane, but if I can get a counter on it and attack, it will be good. I like the renowned mechanics, the person never brought it back. Yeah, I mean, it's a little feast or famine. I think either you get there and it's great, or it just doesn't do much. So I don't think renown is my favorite mechanic, but I accept my opponent's opinion. Opponent gets a looter. Not that insane in Momir because you're only drawing lands. I mean, the guess is my opponent's gonna hit the perfect lands, but that doesn't matter too much. So now, do I skip my 2-drop? I usually skip a drop, but on the play and not on the draw. But then I don't make a 1-drop, so I suppose I could skip it next turn. This 4th courier doesn't really add much pressure here. Okay, I'm going to play the Plains, and I'm actually going to pass the turn. Obviously not attacking, so that would enable renown. But I usually skip a drop so I can make my 8 drops. 8 drops is where the money is at. So usually skip 1 drop, and if you're on the play you skip 2 drops, and if you're on the draw you skip 1 drops only. Now I didn't skip the 1-drop because my opponent hit something that would be very good if it connected. But let's see if my opponent passes here. Well, it loots, okay. It does fill the graveyard though, that's kind of nice. My opponent does skip though, makes sense, you gotta skip at some point. I want to avoid some landwalkers here, so don't want to play out all the lands. Also Sundering Titan is a card that pops up pretty often at turn 8. I get Silver Fur Pads and 2 to trample, and the text is irrelevant. I don't think I'm gonna attack here. I don't want to risk my opponent hitting something that targets this. I mean, it's not gonna be an instant sorcery, and then my opponent can connect with the Honored Iron. I don't think 1 damage is worth it. There are a reasonable amount of 4-drops that kill things. It's like Skin Render, Raven's Chupacabra. I mean, it's not very likely, but... Alright, so now, if I hit something solid, I'm probably going to attack, because then I also get a training counter. The training counter is kind of huge. I get 4/3 that whenever it attacks, all my creatures has to attack. Okay. That could be, I mean, it's not a bad card, because you don't have to attack with this, but if... It's also blocks pretty fine, it's 4/3. Font is on all the colors now. And now I think my opponent should make a play. Gets a Scourge Familiar. That's not bad. Free to flyer that you can discard a card to add black. So my opponent could speed up the development. It is costly to discard cards though, but it is a flyer. Okay, so you want to make your drops pre-combat most of the time because of haste, and it doesn't change it. Because if, let's say I hit a 5 that just dies immediately. It happens sometimes. I don't want to attack with everything. Right. Hitting. Ooh, 4. Oh, it says 4. Well, still. I'm going to attack with everything here. Get a training counter. And if my opponent wants to trade, that's fine. And if my opponent doesn't want to trade, it takes a lot of damage. Okay, we're back, and my opponent hits Soromoro First Dream. 6 mana, it's flyer. Its power and toughness is equal to the number of cards in your hand. You can turn land to your hand and draw cards. So you can get it kind of big, but it's very clunky, and drawing a card isn't that great in Momir. So I think that it's good. I might just be able to just attack my opponent so hard that it's hard to come back. But of course in Momir everything can change with just a card you get. So I'm gonna pressure here. There's always a possibility that you hit something that makes you lose the game, but I hit 5/6 flyer, has hexproof. This is a new card. Top 2, so it's basically just a 5/6 flyer, which is it's awesome, but has some synergy with the artifacts. Pretty good shape here though. My opponent needs to hit something incredibly good. This gets another training counter, so now it's getting out of hand here. Okay, opponent takes a lot and needs something good, but everything could just change. With something like a Hoverguard Sweeper, so that's 8 mana. But like Ilishnor would be good. Opponent does not make a land drop. I would do that, I think. Gets a 4/5. Yeah, okay. Has to return another creature. So this should be a game, I think. I mean, my opponent has to triple jump. Could get something on here. It is possible I should not make a play because I could hit Phage the Untouchable, but hey, that's so unlikely, and it's not like I'm completely winning. Got a 50 double strike. It's not like if my opponent hits something that just deals with the board, I may just want all the materials. So I usually don't play too scared in Momir. I guess that's not a chump, but still, this forces the flyer to jump, so I think it's okay. Alright, now it needs to hit something here. At least something with flying, but even then it's dead to the other creatures, so yeah. Okay, finds, ooh, okay, so my opponent got her. So now can we just name creatures and my opponent probably wins the game. How do I beat that? I don't think I can, because all the cards you're getting are creatures, so I mean, if my opponent names creature, which you obviously should, I don't think I can beat that. It is possible I can beat it with something that bounces everything, like a there's Kedrick Leviathan that bounces all creatures. So that could be a way out. I'm just gonna play it out, I mean. I don't think that does it. I think it stops. Uh-oh, did my opponent mess up? My opponent attacked with this. Now you have to return that. I don't think it's a May. Oh. My opponent Just can scoop the entire match. Okay, so that was a fun game. My opponent probably had the game won, but made a mistake of attacking with this. So that was kind of... Right, next round on the draw again. See if my opponent's gonna make a 1-drop this time. Or a 2-drop. A lot of people make 2-drops on the play, figuring you might hit something good. But then you have to skip a 3-drop if you want to make 8 drops. Of course, the 2-drop could draw you a card or another drop along the way, so it's defensible to make a 2-drop, I think. My opponent's making a 2-drop. There is a card called Azorius Guildmage that wins the game on the spot. Essentially, it's a 2-mana creature that you can counter an activated ability. This is a 2/2 lifelink, pretty good. I'm on the draw, so I'm gonna make drops from now on. What do I get? I get Gatekeeper of Malak. Just a 2/2. It's a black 2/2 that you can, if you pay kick, you make your opponent sacrifice a creature. It's good in devotion decks, I guess. Although it only has 2 devotion. Opponent is getting Guiding Spirit, 1/2 flyer, and it does something with creatures in graveyard, so it's doesn't do anything. I'll trade here. Don't see why I would want to raise a lifelinker. But this is just a 1/2 flyer. But evasion is very good in Momir, just that if it's 1 power, it's hard to get the job done. Oh, so it's a 2 that makes me riot. Which means that I can either give it haste or make it a 3/2. I think I'm gonna add a counter big. I mean, rummaging doesn't matter, and oh, it's also on attacks, but rummaging doesn't really matter that much. But I'd rather have a 3/2 than a 2-1 that gets in for 2 and then does nothing. So a 3/2 can combine with other creatures to block. Uh-oh, this is a 4/3 flyer, and then it's something else. But a 4/3 flyer is very good. So I'm gonna have to hit something good pretty soon, otherwise these flyers are gonna eat me up. I think it's gonna be very hard for me to raise. So I guess I get a 1/1 that can put a mind counter on the land, and then the land gets destroyed once you use it. That seems too slow to be able to use. I'm not gonna spend mana to do that thing, especially when I'm getting beaten down on flyer. If the board was completely stable, I'm gonna rummage here to put cards in my graveyard. I think that's mostly an advantage to have more cards in your graveyard for creatures that care about that. So I'm just gonna treat this as a 1/1 for now. And this is another flyer, flash flying, and it draws a card whenever it or another artifact creature. So the aerial assault continues here. Good thing about Momir is you're often not that far away from stabilizing. Let's say I hit a big flyer here, then my opponent's gonna have a hard time attacking. And I hit Clockwork Aven. This is a 4/4 flyer, and then it loses a +1/+0 counter. And then you have to spend mana to do that. I think I'm just gonna block with that. And right now it's a trade, but it can actually block this thing and survive. Then it becomes a 3/4. Yeah, so you have to do this during your upkeep, so that's not great. Putting up the card preview pane here, that could be a good idea. Though it doesn't. My opponent hits a Hooting Mandrace 4/4 trap. Okay. It's not the end of the world. I could take 4 and then that holds off those two, but then I'm taking 4 for a long while, so it seems better to do that now. Ooh, Consecrated Sphinx. That's a 4/6 flyer that lets me draw 2 extra cards. Not that the cards are going to be that great, but they are going to allow me to make 9 drops, and the 9 drops are much safer than 8 drops. But it also, most importantly, right now it's a 4/6 flyer that just holds off everything. And you should basically always draw card Consecrated Sphinx unless you're getting very close to decking, which rarely happens in Momir unless some creature does that. When it hits a 6/7. Okay, I mean that's a card I can shunt for a while. I'm probably not attacking though right now. Getting... Ooh, Hellish Norn. Okay, now we might be attacking because, yeah. Let's say my opponent finds a way to deal with Hellish Norn, then gonna strike while the iron is hot. But this card is almost unbeatable if it's in play. So gonna be hard to beat. And I'll draw 2 more cards here. Opponent could still get out of this, just as I said in the last game. If my opponent hits Serra Emissary here, hits this Flying Haste when it is countered for player. Get a 2/2 for each card in your graveyard. Wow. Oh, that's not good. But the good thing is that Hellish Norn just kills them. Okay, never mind. So I was about to be in a lot of trouble if it wasn't for Hellish Norn. Oh man, thank you Hellish Norn. Would have gotten blown out otherwise. Oh, nice. 8/8 flyer becomes a 10/10. Whenever you lose left or right many cards. I mean, it's also a big flyer, so now I can just attack everything. Right now, my opponent probably can't get rid of both Hellish Norn and Villis, and so my opponent's not even gonna. I mean, if my opponent gets rid of the flyer, the zombies, it doesn't do anything. And if my opponent deals with Hellish Norn, then Villas can block this. So, pretty safe situation here. My opponent hits 4th monitor, which dies immediately. I think I'm done drawing cards. I mean, I don't need any more cards here. Also, my opponent is just dead, right? Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Hellish Norn is as unbeatable in 2022 as it was in 2011. Always keeping the opening hand. Very nice. What is now making a 1-drop. Okay. And hits Flame Blade at 1/1. Oh, 1/2 menace whenever you. Oh, this is gonna be a 2/2 every turn. Because you're discarding a card every turn. I don't think that changes my play though. Because even if this it's not gonna get through indefinitely, because very soon I'm gonna have 2 blockers. And yeah, this might deal me 6 or 8 points of damage. Oh, this is a mistake. Okay, unless my opponent's not gonna make a drop this turn. You should discard before you attack. But my opponent did, so it makes more sense. And I hit, oh, that's awesome. Mana Ramper. So this taps to add 1 mana of any color for each enchantment you control, and it's itself an enchantment, so it probably only gonna tap for 1, but I might hit some enchantment creatures. I mean, Teros has a lot of them. My opponent hits Gross Harvester. Uh-oh. 4 for protection from white. At the beginning of your end, so you lose 4 life. Whenever a creature dies, you gain 2 life. That's aggressive. But that might kill my opponent before it kills me. So my opponent took 4 there. I'll do this for 4. Hit. Okay. 2 free vanilla basically. Means I'm gonna take 6 next turn. And I would like to avoid trades if I can, but because this gains you 2 life whenever a creature dies, so it's 4 life if it's a trade. Each player discards a card. And this is 2-1 you can regenerate. Okay. A bit of the wastes here. And then I'll take 6, my opponent takes 4. This is a card you can jump at some point, but I'm not gonna do it just yet. I'm gonna, because when I jump it, my opponent also gains 2 life. I kind of want to wait a little bit. Gangren's Goliath. Tap 3 and taps clears you control. Okay, it's just a 4 for vanilla. Alright. Think. Pass here. I can double block this now. Or unblock this. My opponent hits Greater Harvester. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a permanent. When it damage you play that place versus 2 permanents. Okay. Well, that even more makes me not want to trade here. Because I want blockers for this. But just hit some very painful permanents. I hit 4/4 flyer. Whenever I hit the land, is one of the target. If it's a mountain, it's 2 damage, and I have a mountain in my hand. Very nice. So now I'm probably gonna double block this. See if, I mean, this is probably gonna attack, but opponent probably sacrifices this or this. Oh, and 2 life. Alright, well, it's getting harder and harder for me to raise, but we shall see. My opponent hits Keiga the Tidestar, awesome card. 5/5 flyer, when it dies you gain control of a creature. Basically, can't kill that. Yeah, so now I'm going to double block that, take 4, because that still puts me to survive with 1 hit of Keiga. And opponent gains 4 here. I'm gonna take this and probably still kill the Flame Blade. I think I'm so far away from killing my opponent, and I don't want to kill Kaiga after combat. And I hit. Ooh, this is a good one. So let's see if Vishkal Blood Arbiter, 5 flying lifelink. You can sacrifice a creature, put X counters on it, and then remove it to give something minus. That's an awesome card. The problem is that I can't really block Kaiga either way with this and kill it, because then I want to steal this, and that's a disaster. But what I can do is block with this, put this, and then this is a 9/9 flying lifelinker. And this doesn't change much, even though it is a flyer. And it doesn't untap, we have to pay 4. Okay, so now what I think I'll do is block here. Sacrifice a creature, sack that. Now I have a 9 flying lifelinker, and I can kill something at will, but I don't need to do that right now. First, let's... oh, I don't have that in play, never mind. I don't have the Hellcat in play, that's fine. Oh, that's probably gonna get eaten to my Wishcat. But now Wishcat can attack him, my opponent has to block, otherwise he's dead. I'm just going to do this to gain the maximum amount of life. think I can wait with the second sacrifice because I may want to give something minus later. And this also gives me a free block, so I don't even gain that much extra life. But now I can remove 12 counters to kill something. It's just that I don't want to kill Kaiga because then I'm going to steal this and I probably die. Flying, oh, this is a classic. It's a 5/6 fly with the drawbacks. I'm not too scared about it, but whoa, that's aggressive. I can probably just take this. I mean, I have 17 power lifelink in play. I mean, I could block, but I think so. Let's see if I remove these, that dies, and then it's a 5/5 again. So I can't quite kill my opponent. But Baleful 4. But each time you draw a card, you lose a life. So now let's see here. 5, 12, 14. Yeah, I think my opponent is dead. No, my opponent gains 2 life from this. So no. I was thinking I could kill my opponent, but not quite. Because of the 2 life. But my opponent can't raise this, of course. Okay, it's a powerful card. My opponent doesn't even have green. Okay, so my opponent finally stopped attacking. Makes sense because it's gonna be hard for me now. If I kill Kaiga, I might have a problem in my hands. I'm gonna make a 9-drop here. That's safer. I hit this and this steals a permanent until the end of turn, which is a great combo with Wish Cast. I'm just gonna pass the turn here. Can't really attack into Kaiga. But what I can do is steal. And then I can... I mean, first of all I'm gonna kill my opponent, but second of all I can just sacrifice it too. So unless my opponent hits something sick here, it's gonna be game. Slurk. Yeah, I mean, this is game. Sure. Got me for 4. And let's finish this. Steal that. Sometimes it's easy, you know.